Good morning, golfing fans. Welcome back to the channel, proudly sponsored by betting.co.uk. So we have made it to the final major of the season. We've got the 152nd Open Championship taking place at Royal Troon, a seriously tough golf course to host this event, and I cannot wait for it to get underway. We do have a little bit of rain, a little bit of wind as well, just to make it a little bit more difficult. And I've actually got two players for you in this episode that I think are going to go really well this week. The last time the event was held at Royal Troon was back in 2016 when we had that epic duel between Henrik Stenson and Phil Mickelson. It really was one of my favourite major finishes that we've seen in many years. Spectacular event, spectacular golf course. And with a bit of wind and rain obviously due this week, I think we could be in for another seriously good, entertaining week of golf. Now, before I go on to my two selections for this week, just a quick reminder, courtesy of betting.co.uk, I do have an offer from BetVictor. If you sign up and place a bet of £10, you will get £45 of free bets to use. And there is a link in the description below. That's for new customers only. If you do already have a BetVictor account, just head on over to betting.co.uk. We've got all of the exclusive offers, all of the best sign-up offers out there as well, just to help you cover your selections throughout the week. Okay, so this week, as I said, Royal Troon par 71, stretching 7,385 yards long. Now, although obviously you need to be good with your approach play and you need to be good off the tee as well, you need a player that's got a plenty of imagination with their short game too. Now, a lot of people will start finding their selections by looking at stats. They'll find a player that's got the best greens, a high percentage in greens and regulation, or someone who's hitting a lot of fairways. That's not necessarily the way to look at links golf whatsoever, because the majority of those stats are all based on parkland golf courses, big flat greens, and that's not what the players are going to actually be facing for this week. What you need for this week's event, of course, you need a good ball striker. That's always going to be apparent. However, you need a player that can control their trajectory well, and you also need a player that can hit those 3/4 and half shots, because they're going to be hitting plenty of those throughout this week. They are the players that are going to be finding the flat spots on the green, and that does put me off players like Hideki Matsuyama, Sungjae Im, players that seemingly only hit full shots. You need a player that can control that trajectory and control their ball flight as well, because that is how you're going to find the flat spots on the green and inevitably give yourself more birdie opportunities. Now, pards are your friend as well this week, obviously with it being such a difficult golf course, but trajectory and control shots are absolutely vital for this event. My first selection is going to be a Live Tour player in the name of Tyrrell Hatton. You can get 28-1 about Tyrrell at the moment. Loads of places available for him as well, and he's just been in really good nick this year. I've seen a lot of players go over and transfer to the Live Golf Tour and seemingly lost their way, struggling to actually find their best form. But Tyrrell Hatton's been thriving. He's clearly still determined as ever. And he just came back from Live Golf Andalusia at the Valderrama Club and finished in third spot. That was a really good performance. And again, very good ball striker. And actually what I like about Tyrrell, a lot of people say he doesn't have the mentality to win a major. But if you go back and have a look at all of the rounds that Tyrrell plays, he quite often bounces back from bogeys with a birdie. I think it's actually just sheer determination. His best part of his game is probably his iron play as well. Again, he hits these full shots, these half shots, and he can even hit half shots with his woods. It's really impressive. We saw plenty of this at the Masters and at the US Open as well. And to me, he fits the bill this week very strongly indeed. He's got a very reliable short game, particularly with his putter. I just think he's got a really solid chance. Don't get me wrong, 28-1 may be a touch too short, really. I'd have liked to maybe have seen 33-1, 40-1 for Tyrrell's chances, but we can't obviously decide the price. He is the number one player that I've come down on this week, and he holds all of the attributes to become a major champion. I think the British Open or the Open Championship is probably the one that he's going to have the best chance in. Selection number 2 is going to be Tommy Fleetwood at 22-1. Again, a seriously good ball striker. And to be honest, he's actually a player that's let us down more often than not when I have actually tipped him up in the past. But last week at the Scottish Open, I just feel like I saw a different character in Tommy Fleetwood. I know he didn't obviously build on his really good opening round, but he was solid for all 4 days and just didn't finish out the tournament very well. I think he went 65, 69, 66, and then carded a 71 in the final round. He did very little wrong, hit plenty of greens once again. And he is a player that's starting to swing much more freely. He has got a very good three-quarter shot in the bag. And I think he would do well actually from chasing the pack, coming in the final. And a few shots behind, he can really step his foot on the pedal then and go forward and try and take the tournament. He's pretty reliable off the tee. He's got a very good short game when it comes to his wedges. Plenty of spin on his short pitches as well, which is going to help around here, especially with all the undulations on the green. But again, the fact he is striking the ball so well and hitting those half shots quite consistently, even at courses that don't necessarily require a three-quarter shot, it's a very, very attractive attribute for Tommy Fleetwood this week as well. I won't be giving him too many more chances to break his duck, though. This will be probably the final time he gets a pick from me if he doesn't get the job done. But I'm pretty confident I saw a bit of a freer swing in Tommy Fleetwood last week in the Scottish Open. He really did start to play some good golf, good ball striking, which is obviously a good requirement. If you're striking the ball well, then you can start to maneuver the ball how you want to. If you're not striking the ball well, first you've got to start striking the ball well to get it to go where you want it to go, and you can't hit the shape of shot that you want if you're not striking the ball well as well. So two really good ball strikers for this week. Tyrrell Hatton at 28 to 1, Tommy Fleetwood at 22 to 1. And I think they're both going to give us a really good run for our money. I can definitely see them both winning a major championship. This well could be the one, and hopefully we can have a real good run for our money. Now, in my pay group, as you may know, I've got some extra selections for you too. I have a 90 to 1 shot, 175 to 1 shot, and also a 350 to 1 shot. Usually I just put the 4 players up as a maximum. I have stretched that to 5 this week just due to the nature of the tournament and due to the fact that 3 of them are really big prices. But if you obviously go out and check a lot of other golf tips, they'll put up 7, 8 selections in each tournament. For me, that's just no good. We've made plenty of profit off half the amount of selections. And if you'd like to come over and join my group, you can obviously click the link in the description below. Growing very fast at the moment. We're on a real good run of form in the horses. Getting there with the golf as well. And last season, I finished on 1,137 points in the profit, which actually had me second on the tips the list overall on Twitter. So obviously going to try and grow that again. We had 2 nice winners. Not too long ago, we had Guido Migliotti at 33 to 1. We then had Bryson DeChambeau. We've had 2 losers since. However, looking to get back on track for this week. Got 2 selections here on the channel, then obviously a further 3 in my group chat as well. But before you place your first bet, make sure you do go over and check out betting.co.uk to get some free bets. Why use your own money if you can have a few free bets using the bookies' money themselves, and hopefully we can turn it into a little bit of profit. Thanks everyone for tuning in. I really do appreciate the views. Drop me a comment below with who you think is going to win this week as well. Really interested to see your thoughts and why obviously you fancy certain players, and hopefully we can have a real good run for our money. Oh, and if you can, there is a subscribe button below this video as well, completely free to click. That does help me out if you are able to click that button as well. Good luck everyone with your bets, and I'll be back real soon for next week, but hopefully before then we can have ourselves a nice winner. All the best for now.